What is going on, folks? It is Monday, January 15th, 2024. It is Martin Luther King Day in the States. We got a bunch of early action. I'm here live with Matthew Barnaby. Thanks for joining us today, buddy. How are things?
Everything's good. It's we just got through a couple snowstorms. We know what Buffalo is feeling like right now. The whole East Coast got crushed. I was on a cruise last week. Then Florida got delayed there, but not bad being delayed in Florida for a couple extra days with your buddy, my buddy Fred, who was there, and we had a good time in Florida to say the least.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Uh, Kicking off here, we're going to go over the games there on the weekend. The Texans laid the smackdown on the Browns. Did you see that come in? I didn't see it. I thought the Browns D would pick apart CJ, but
Yeah. Browns D on the road is not good, and it's great at home. And CJ Stroud just keeps proving people that he is the real deal. And there could have been a mistake maybe at number one. It's not very often that you see a rookie quarterback take a number two worst team in the league to where they are second round of the playoffs. Man, he looked unbelievable. He really looks like the real deal and looks like a great kid. But no, I didn't see it coming. I thought that D would Myles Garrett. I thought would be all over him. I thought they'd have a lot more pressure on him. But he made great throws when he had to, and he just kept the ball in front of him. It was impressive to watch.
no wonder the Carolina Panther was throwing his drinks at the crowds there a couple of weeks ago.
No kidding.
That could be an all-time mistake there, but who would have guessed that?
Hey, we had Zach Wilson at 2, Sam Darnold at 3, and what our 3 picks have done as a Jets fan. And then you see him have that success. You're just like, man, we've just messed up again. It's terrible.
Well, same here for me with the Dolphins, man. That Laremy Tunsil deal. Laremy Tunsil's won his division and a playoff game now. He's the one laughing.
Oh, no kidding. That bong and that
Uh,
helmet just been awesome for him. I didn't.
Gas mask.
Yeah, I thought Kansas City would win that game. I thought they would cover. Dolphins are a really good team, but KC's been there before. That Patrick
Yeah.
in the playoffs, nothing gets to him. So you give me Patrick Mahomes or Tua, I'm going to take Kansas City every day. And if the Bills get through and they're playing Kansas City, even Kansas City on the road, if they get through Pittsburgh today, I'll be on Kansas City again. They're champs for a reason.
The Dolphins just had so many injuries coming down the stretch. It just that I was just hoping it was gonna be a competitive game. It was for a
Yeah,
couple minutes, but it is what it is. We move on. Mike McDaniel and Tua kind of, I don't know. Those play calls in the game didn't look great at all. But I don't know. We'll see. We're growing.
there you
Green
go.
Bay just bent over the Cowboys yesterday. Holy.
Yeah, I stayed
What do
off.
you think of that?
I would have been on the Cowboys. My really good friend up here, Ryan, is distraught today. The gifts that are going back and forth because he's a loudmouth Cowboys fan, like most of them are. I did not see that coming any which way. That was a listen. You put up 48 points in Dallas on that defense. Jordan Love, like I said, it always goes back to the Jets, right? Hard Knocks, everyone's on the Jets, Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers. No, Green Bay, Jordan Love, insert another quarterback there off the second round. He looked fantastic as well.
LaFleur had a little shot at Rodgers last night at the end of his conference. Basically just said, we got rid of the issue. Now we're good to go. But I love A-Rod anyways. I can't wait to see him back next year.
Yeah,
Detroit breaks the streak. Now the Dolphins have the longest losing drought in the NFL playoffs.
I mean, Detroit's good. Jared Goff is a good quarterback. They got a lot of pieces on that team. Ahmad St. Brown's unbelievable. Hutchinson just rushing the quarterback. 2 more sacks yesterday for him. Good for Detroit. Listen, I was a fan of Detroit, and I wouldn't say a fan of Detroit. I was a big Barry Sanders guy, like most people my age were. To me, the greatest running back of all time. But to see them and the storyline with Matthew Stafford coming back after the Rams win the Super Bowl, after trading Goff, to him to get that victory. I love Dan Campbell. He's as real as it gets. But Detroit's a good team, man. They're a really, really good football team. And it was fun to see that stadium have some excitement. It's been a long time Detroit has had some excitement in that building. So it's pretty cool to see.
Stadium was rocking last night. Matt Stafford played unbelievable too. His no looks, his sidearms. He was even knocked out cold, I think, there at one point when he was on his back. I don't know how he gets back in the game, but it
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. Spotters doing a great job, aren't they? Safety
Yeah.
for the player.
Well, he went to the blue tent and then came back out.
Yeah.
Uh, Getting right into the action here today. We got Steelers Bills first up. Who are you on in this game? Plus 10. It's a lot of points. I'm taking the Steelers at plus 10. But what are you on for?
I have it like a 24-20 game, 26-20, anywhere in that range. I think the Bills win. If you're going money line, you're not getting much action on it. But I'm taking the Steelers. Plus 10. Give it to me. That place is cold today, man. There's a lot of snow. The fans are working around the clock at $20 an hour shoveling that snow. I'm glad I'm going to be watching it on TV. That's all I can say. But Pittsburgh's been a surprise team this year. A lot of people, a lot of pundits didn't pick them to make the playoffs, and they've been good. They found a way, and I think today's going to be a close game. I think it's a like 3, 4, 5 point game, to be honest.
Yeah, no, even without TJ Watt, I still like the Steelers D to hold down the fort a little bit.
Yeah.
See what's going on. Do you have any player props you like or anything? No, you just
I haven't really looked at the player props yet. Again, Buffalo's a good team, but they also lay an egg once in a while. That's I wouldn't be afraid sprinkling a little on the money line for Pittsburgh because they've laid an egg against the New York Jets. They've laid an egg a few times. They did win out in their last 5 games to get them into the playoffs and win the AFC East. But certainly it's not a dominant team. It's a team that can be had. If Josh Allen, does some Josh Allen things with throwing the ball away, that's where they could get into trouble. If Josh Allen plays and doesn't turn the ball over, listen, they could win this by 14, even 21 points. But if he does turn the ball over a few times, this could be a closer game than the odds makers think.
Oh, 100%. It's all about Josh Allen right now. If he can just pass the ball off to James Cook,
Yeah.
short dump offs,
Yeah.
they will win easily. But yeah, like you said, it's once he starts throwing the ball, trying to do it all himself, be Superman.
Yeah.
His INT, he's made me some money in interceptions this year, and I'm going to take that again today that he throws an interception. So we'll see how that goes. Eagles Bucks. Wow, Eagles, what a mess currently. But
Yeah.
I'm still taking the Eagles at -3 at plus money.
I don't know about you. I'm hammering the Eagles on this one. I still think they're better. Listen, they were 10-1. They lost 5 in a row. Not good at all. Not a way you want to go into the playoffs. But this is a team that's gotten there. A lot of those players have won Super Bowls, and I just think they're too talented on both sides of the ball not to beat the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield has been good this year, but I think today is going to be a day, and I see this being a double-digit win, to be honest, for the Philadelphia Eagles.
And good for Baker, though, still sticking around the league, that guy deserves a contract after this year. Like, he's played tough job to come in and fill in for Tom Brady, and you still win the division. Like, got to give it to him.
That's
going to go onto the ice here a little bit in the NHL. What the hell was Terry Ryan doing yesterday?
Awesome. His 47th birthday. I texted him and then I FaceTimed him at night. His response to me was, "I can't answer. I'm loaded with 500 people here. I'll get back to you tomorrow." But it was pretty cool to see. I said right away, as soon as he was in the lineup and playing, there's a lot of illnesses going on with that team. So that's how he got into the lineup. But, being from the Rock and Newfoundland, I just know how proud he was to play in that game and to come back after, 20 years of not playing professional hockey to step in. The East Coast is pretty good, pretty fast.
I met him here in St. John at the Ball Hockey Nationals. The guy can play, man.
Great dude, man. Great dude, and he is authentically Newfoundland. But I knew he was going to fight. There was no question that Terry Ryan was going to get in a scrap in his game back, without a doubt.
He had to do it for the Barstool boys, baby. He had to get it done.
Absolutely.
Your boy Rick Tocchet, man, I'm telling you, what a job that guy has done in Vancouver. If you had told me that at the start of the year they would be in the top of the NHL, I would have laughed at you. Those beatdowns on the Oilers early in the season, 8-1, those were no fluke, man. This is a team.
He's a great coach, man, and Sergei Gonchar on the back end with Adam Foote. Just a great coaching staff that really gets it. They're they're old school players with new mentality minds, new school minds, and they really are able to adapt to today's player and get the best out of them. Very accountable guys when they played, and nothing has changed as a coach. So, did I think they'd be where they are now? Hell no. I'd be lying. And but I thought they would compete for a playoff spot. I thought they had a good enough roster, and you insert those guys. First day they hired them, not only because they're my friends, but I played under Rick as an assistant coach with Tony Granato in Colorado. I played with Adam Foote, know them very, very well. And I knew right away this was the right hire for this organization. And going forward, they're going to have a lot of success.
Yeah, you said it last year at the Super Bowl party when Rick Tocchet got hired. You're like, I love this hire. This is going to be perfect. And it's going
And
fabulous. Everyone call
Demko's been great for them. Demko's been awesome.
Yes. What about the Cutter Gauthier trade stuff? Like, where do you sit on that?
Yeah, like everyone.
Like, I guess we don't know the real story. Maybe you have more info, but I do not.
I don't put too much into it. I do what I read and see what I.
Yeah.
Again, you have the right to choose if you don't want to play in an organization. Philadelphia certainly would be at the top of my list if I was going to go back and play. It's a passionate fan base. I wish I would have wore the orange and black. Just loved playing there as a visitor. Loved getting booed. Is there a lot of pressure in Philadelphia? Yeah. They love their sports. Absolutely love their sports, and they're ruthless. But the part that irks me about all of it is you have a guy like Danny Briere, class. Keith Jones, class. You had John LeClaire, all these guys calling him to get a face-to-face meeting. You don't have to change your mind, but have respect for the game. Have respect for the players that played before you that are legends of the game. And you don't have to change your mind, but don't ignore a phone call from John LeClaire or Danny Briere or Keith Jones. Accept the phone call, hear what they have to say. It doesn't have to change your mind. But to completely ignore them, to me, that's just idiotic and childish, and his agent should really be put on the forefront, because I think it's from his agent that he's being told and led down a different way. A 19-year-old kid doesn't make that decision.
Yeah, like Danny Briere and Keith Jones. I think they went over to Sweden for the World Juniors, and he still wouldn't meet with them.
That's ridiculous. Just meet with them.
You're crazy.
Go get a free meal.
You got any picks on the ice tonight or what?
I haven't even looked at it. I'm all football today.
That's baby. All right, buddy. We are good to go.
All football.
Yes, let's go. So you're hammering the Eagles. You got the Steelers plus 10. Barney, thanks for joining us. I love you, man. Good to see you.
Love you. Good, looking good, my man.
And I will get you back on eventually, and let's cash some tickets tonight, baby.
Sounds good. Good luck, brother. Cheers.
Thanks.